What's up, everybody?
What's up?
It's our 60th episode of the NFC East show.
What?
And we're here live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and I'm on TikTok myself over here. And we're also on Roku TV, broadcasting live for the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. What's up, everybody?
What's going on, peoples? It's been a week
already. Sneaky snuck in there right on time.
Whenever it tells you to do an update, don't do the damn update.
Don't do it. No.
And the thing is, I did the update yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna leave it. When I come back, I legitimately, I had to jump on my my Mac instead of, that's why it's a different angle today. But you know what? The show must go on.
Right. I didn't even realize that you were on a different angle. So how about that? So you look ugly from all angles.
That's what she said. Really, she said I'm ugly from all angles, but I am a pretty boy.
So so you know what? I am getting crushed. Well, I'm not getting real crushed, but I'm getting requests right away for Sneaky.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Singing thoughts on the Giants. And I knew that was going to come. I knew it was going to come right when we got on the air, and I'm going to talk about it tomorrow too. It's a business. It's honestly, the man played out of 32 games. He played 31 games. He, his first year with the Giants, made the Pro Bowl. Second year, not like just him, but the whole team had an off year. It's just a business move. It released some money from the cap. Nobody wanted to trade for him. And honestly, with this new regime, it wasn't, they inherited him. And they said that they're going to have to make some tough choices. And this is one of those tough choices. So they had to move on from him, unfortunately. I would have liked to have kept him, but that's just me.
Of course. So, I immediately had to, like I said, I just come on and literally 2 questions right away asking about Bradbury, and I figured let's just address it right away. Of course, there was a little bit of other news that came out with the NFL. As the NFL starts to trickle some things out. Mm-hmm. We know where everybody is going to be going away to. If you're going to be going away, Dallas, where you're going to Germany?
No, Dallas ain't going. We're staying within the States.
Yeah, we're in London. Yeah, we're in London.
Giants are in London.
Yeah.
When is that?
October 9th.
versus.
I'm gonna just for everybody that's watching, I'm starting a GoFundMe page. I'm just saying. Put that out there. The tickets alone, $7,000.
What?
Tickets alone. Well, from Dallas to London.
Oh, you're
straight
talking
flight.
Oh, flights. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, flights. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the
Flight
game.
is $7,000.
Yes.
I can see that.
Just the
Yes.
flight.
No,
Yeah.
well, okay, no. Let me back up. For all five of us. I'm sorry, for all five of us,
Yeah.
$7,000.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay.
What-
But even that,
yeah.
even that's really a lot of money. That is a tremendous amount of money. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you see? And maybe you
And
should stop in New York.
That's
Maybe you should stop at New York at JFK.
we didn't even look at that. All I know is I told Mama Boss.
I bet you could find better pricing. Is what I'm getting.
Well, I mean, like I said, I told Mama Boss. I mean, I could pimp myself out again. You know, I mean, I was young back in the day, and I needed the money. Don't judge. You know, $20, $20. But you know,
well, now it better be
we'll see.
$200. Damn, you better add
Now
a
it's-
zero
yeah.
to that. So because $20, a lot of $20 is I'm gonna keep this G rated. So well, so we did hear, right? So I guess I'll say that we did find out that the Eagles' home opener
Monday night
is
game.
going to be on Monday Night Football on a Monday night that they're going to have two games.
Yep.
Now, normally
Mhm.
they do that in the first week of the season because one of the things that Al Davis was worked out with the NFL was that he was to open up on Monday Night Football. And he worked that out 25 years ago, and that's why they have that 7:30 game typically on Monday night. This year we're having two, and I find that to be odd. Why are they having a second Monday night doubleheader?
Wait, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they have
I
like
thought
three
they-
Monday? Yeah, they didn't have like 3 games on Monday night a couple years ago, or a couple
But
years
that was
running?
because that was done because of
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah, but normally the first week of the season, they typically do have 2 Monday night games week
Right,
one.
and that's because of the deal that
Right.
Al Davis made with the
Right.
NFL. So they always have the Raiders as one of those games. This is different.
Yeah.
This is not something that typically happens, and I'm trying to figure out why the NFL's decided to not. I guess it's done more because if you have 2 games, there's a better chance that you could have something worthwhile on a Monday, then you feature the better of the 2 games. But
Well, don't they still have them spread out though? One at 5:30 and then the other one at
7:30 and 8:15.
Mhm.
Oh wow, so they're
Yeah.
playing both. Huh.
Yeah, so
Well,
they're both going to be playing at the same time, and I find that like I said, I do find it to be a little odd. Of course, I'm interested to find out whether there's going to be more double headers on Monday night.
Well, the way the NFL proposed it on social media was like they were trying to get thoughts on that. How do you feel about 2 games on Monday? So it could be a situation where they're trying to get the feel of the people and maybe have that every week going on to 17 weeks.
Man,
You
Well,
know,
and I wonder.
I
Well,
hate it for
I'm gonna-
the players.
Well, that's well. I'm going to come back. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to football. Monday night and Sunday night is prime time. Even Thursday night is prime time football.
Yeah.
And when we start, I mean, that was the whole purpose of it. Where 2 teams that normally don't get publicized, or 2 hot teams that are playing at one period. That's when they would compete on a Sunday night or Monday night game, instead of the typical Sunday game where they have 6, 7, 8 games playing at the same time. I think that I would rather go back to 1, maybe 2, no more than 2 teams. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 games going off at the same time, because you don't want to take away that limelight.
Right.
I mean, that's the purpose of Monday Night Football. I mean, that's just me. That's just
Well, but now the other reason why, I mean, the only other thing I could think of that would cause any bit of a reason on why this would happen is because of gambling.
Yeah.
Gives you more opportunity to catch back up by doing these, now these in-game parlays and things like that. That right now betting on how a player is going to do is a big deal, and the casinos are making millions of dollars on that type of stuff. And of course, the NFL gets their cut now because they're involved. So there's a piece of me that thinks that this may have a little bit more to do with the financials on gambling in comparison to just actual football.
I'm going to be honest. I really hope that's not the case. I really
agree.
hope.
I
mean, if you would have said the reason why they're doing this is because the 17th game and this throws a wrench, okay, I kind of get that. But to tailor it towards betting, I play poker. I'm a betting man myself, but I normally don't gamble on sports, even if it's for the beard, Philly. But for them to tailor that towards if that's true, which I hope it's not. That's not a good move, in my opinion. Not a good move.
Well, and the other thing that I wondered about was because I've heard that they are going to have a game that you are only able to see via stream, and that you have to buy the stream to get it. It's going to be the first kind of pay-per-view game.
Is on
Amazon's
Prime?
the one doing that.
It's not an Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's not.
It's not. It's something a little bit more involved than that.
Huh.
And I wondered about that, because I have Amazon Prime. I was like, well, then I get it. But no, that's not it. That they were going to do something that they are actually doing a stream game where it's not going to be on any other network, like NFL Network. I mean, I assume Red Zone is going to be it. And I'm not sure if this was happening on a Sunday or this Monday's game. But it's going to happen. And I know that Amazon Prime is doing everything it can to start to get these games because they want to show the games and get more people to sign up for Amazon Prime.
Yeah, and that's the Thursday games now.
Right.
So
all of them this time.
Yeah.
So
all of them.
How the hell is the NFL going to do pay-per-view? That doesn't make sense.
Well, everyone thought the same thing with how are they going to do it on ESPN? Take it off and put it on cable.
Well, that's
ABC.
Pay-per-view and putting on a cable network is two different things.
Well, it comes down to the same moderation of money. So when you look at it, you can pay your cable bill, or you can pay a pay-per-view bill, which would be probably they're going to charge $2.99 for a game.
Think about it though. I mean, I'm saying this, but if you think about the NFL ticket, that's kind of what you're doing. You are paying per view. If you want to put the concept of the NFL ticket. So technically they've been doing this for a while. I should know because I've been paying into it. But for me, that does a disservice to the fans unless they give like exclusive interviews and like one-on-one. Because I mean, if you're gonna get promo pricing on if I'm gonna pay a pay-per-view, I need to get my money's worth. And God forbid any Browns or Jets fans, I'm sorry, if it's going to be like a Browns Jets game where both teams are like 5-16 or going into the 5-13 or 5-12 going into the last game of the season. I mean, how are they going to select the teams?
Well, not only that, but I mean, the other thing I'm thinking about is that if we're going to be paying for this, I don't want to see advertisements.
Right, no commercials.
No commercials.
Yep.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Do not give me one advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moment you give me one advertisement, that means somebody else is paying for time that I have to watch, and I don't want to watch it. I want to be like I'm at the game.
And you're paying for them to pay for them to watch.
Right.
There's a lot of paying going on.
Yeah, a lot of paying.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And they're getting money for everything else. It's like they go ahead and they put those silk screens over the field so that it looks like that they're running through something, and you can do all those advertisements that way. But I don't want to pay attention. I don't want a commercial. I want to be able to see exactly what's going on. I want those guys to be talking the entire time.
So. Well, I'm sorry if it's a pay-per-view. They better have some kind of fan interaction. Honestly, I mean, if it's gonna cost more than a typical, I don't know the pro rate of the NFL ticket per game that I watch for the Giants, but I mean, if it's going to increase, by much, they got to have some slot. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they got to have a slot where they do something like this, where they have the player, they have the fan can ask 1 or 2 questions, or there's like a time limit, 10 seconds. I'm going to need more than 10 seconds, so I'm going to pay a little more. The VIP access.
You're cut
But
off.
I'm just saying, I mean, it has to be worthwhile to the fan, not only the customer, but the fan itself. It has to be an ultimate experience. Or it's just going to be a waste.
Well, it's just going to be like everything else that you're watching on TV. That's what you're doing. You're going to have to pay per game to watch that specific game, and all it's going to look like is exactly what you see on TV right now. It ain't going to change at all.
You don't have any idea how much it's going to cost, do you?
Not a clue in the world.
I don't think the Giants are going to be playing, so don't worry about that.
I think the Giants are going to be playing.
And then what are they going to do when it comes to
I think the Giants can be playing more than the Commanders. Okay. Now they might be playing Galaxy Quest more, but never give up, never surrender. But anyway, I digress.
They're going to be playing golf, a lot more golf. So I said that this week we are going to talk, because obviously we found out that the Eagles are, have the second game, which means that their first game is on the road. And I kind of hope that we can get Washington done and out of the way in the first game, because I figure the bolts are really tight at that point. Around the stadium.
He already pushed you aside, pork. Right?
Yeah, I just want to go to Washington, get that done and over with right away. Because, like I said, I got to imagine they tightened up all the bolts. Everything's really sturdy right now. And
if your fans wouldn't be leaning on the handicap railings,
you know what though? There is no way that you can ever say that handicap railing should have ever fallen over. There's a reason why everybody else put walls. Because that's what fans do. They lean to give high fives.
Let's be fair. All they did was put some duct tape and super glue around that pole. Maybe the Gorilla tape. Maybe they did the Gorilla tape. They went all out with the tape, not the bolts.
Hey, you know what? It's fun. Hey, they could have used the same stuff I put in my hair. That's called Gorilla Snot. And that's what keeps my hair nice and tall and thick. So,
oh man.
But I obviously, so we got the Vikings on week 2 on Monday Night Football, the prime time Monday Night Football game. It's the second game, not the first game for Monday night. And after that, we don't know anything else.
They used the bubble gum. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why I'm still waiting to see if the Cowboys are actually going to be playing Sunday Night Football, because that's the only one that hasn't been announced.
Sunday night?
Yeah, that's the only game that hasn't been announced yet.
Well,
so
what game is going to be Sunday Night Football?
Shit.
It's the Cowboys?
You think it's the Giants and the Cowboys?
Cowboys, Giants.
No, I'm thinking it might be Cowboys at Rams.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Eagles.
I figured Rams would have had a Monday night game opening week.
Yeah, well,
they might. They do. They should actually. No.
No.
The champions.
Thursday night. I'm sorry.
Champions open up. And the other thing that they did that they really pulled a sneaky one on us here is that
no pun intended.
No pun exactly at all. But realistically, they said a few weeks ago, maybe it was at the end of the season last year, even, was that the season was going to start on the 15th, and that's not the case. It's starting a week early. And I tell you, if they started it a week later, like they said they would, we would have had the Super Bowl on President's Day weekend and head off on that Monday. Now, I guess they're waiting because they got to get that extra 18th weekend to be able to really make that worthwhile. And then give an extra bye week, I think, is what's going to wind up happening. So you'll have 2 bye weeks in the season, and it'll be a 20-week season, which is what I think they should do anyways. However, Who am I? I'm only a fan.
So they're not starting the 15th of September like you
No, they're starting the 8th of September.
So that does still fall in line of Labor Day weekend.
I'm freaking.
Like you'd have Labor Day and then that weekend.
Correct.
That's when okay. So basically it's the normal. Okay.
Right, because it's Labor Day and then that following Thursday is when it starts.
Where the hell are you guys getting these leaks?
Well, no, they said the 15th last year.
Well, no. I'm talking about the schedule. I mean, I know we got the international.
They just came out today.
Where does everybody else get their leaks?
Yeah.
Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. ESPN sent out a message today.
So
anything about the Giants? I mean, it
was just.
Yeah, they just said the Giants stink and that there's nothing really to report with them.
No, they were talking about the
Bradbury's gone.
That's what they were talking
about.
Bradbury's gone. That was it.
Yeah.
And that if you want to go to London, pay $100,000 and you can get there.
Pretty much. That's for the private jet.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
it
doesn't sound like it's much cheaper to take public transportation either.
I got word, and I don't know how true this is though, but I'm hearing True Blue that the Giants will be playing the Cowboys after our international game. So after London, we
bye week.
We come back. Yeah, we got the bye week, and then we go and play against the Cowboys, which that kind of puts it in the normal area. I want to say beginning like Veterans Weekend.
Yeah,
that's when we normally would play you guys. But I really like it when we play you guys the weekend of Columbus Day or Columbus Day weekend. Instead, that's the Green Bay Packer Giants game.
I don't know. Me personally, I'm just like, okay, stepping back, just waiting for the announcement because it's too much speculation for me to go in and
of course. Oh yeah,
start pulling all the strings on.
Of course. And again, I don't, my source said that they're, I'm assuming they're reliable, but you don't know your reliable source until you actually.
And I expect, I know that this has happened a couple of years ago, but I kind of expect that the Eagles are going to wind up facing the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. And I don't believe it's going to be Thursday Night Football on Thanksgiving. I think it's going to be the week after. And I think that because of that the Eagles could wind up playing on Thanksgiving at home at, the 8:00 game, the 8:00 slot. And I think that as funny as I say that, because because of what the Eagles have done in the draft and now A.J. Brown, and now that they are trying to feature the fact that, they have this quarterback, and what's this quarterback doing after working with Brady and such like that, that there is going to be some of that play. So I wouldn't be surprised if we play on Thanksgiving night, but not against the Cowboys, or we play against the Lions, because we played the Lions this year too.
Ah, yeah.
But so the Lions wouldn't play back-to-back Thursday nights because it'd be Thursday.
No, the Lions wouldn't. The Lions wouldn't. But
right.
And that's what makes me think that it wouldn't be them either, because typically the team that goes and plays the Cowboys on Thursday night the week after also had a Thursday night game
away.
And it was, and they're not going to put them away both times on Thursday night. So you play home on Thanksgiving. You then go play away at Dallas, and Dallas gets 2 home games because they usually play back to back. Now it could be the opposite, where Dallas could go away on that Thursday.
Yeah, it'll be a home game for us on Thanksgiving, then an away game the following Thursday.
Got you. So then it's possible that we could go to Detroit and play in Thanksgiving. And again, this is all speculation, but that would mean going to play in Detroit for Thanksgiving, and then coming home and playing on Thursday nights at the Link.
The one thing with the settlement of the overseas games, the Cowboys keep to go to Jacksonville to play there, which I'm happy for.
That's their overseas game?
No. They're not going to play the Jaguars overseas. It's going to be a welcoming sight to go to Jacksonville for an away game instead of London.
Right.
You know what? The Eagles-Colts games, as I'm looking at Joseph here, there's no chance that's going to be a Monday Night Football game. If Carson Wentz was still there, it had a lot more of an opportunity. But I'd be willing to also bet that they are going to feature the first Washington game with the Eagles because of Carson Wentz. So I would not be surprised if that also doesn't fall into the Sunday night area or, and that's what makes me think that we could open up on Sunday Night Football week 1 against Washington in Washington. Just an opinion. Now, of course, the Eagles aren't going to get every prime game as I'm talking about right here, but
so what's your over under on primetime games?
I think the Eagles get 4 or 5 this year.
Oh my God. What makes you say that?
Because they usually give 4 or 5 to playoff teams. You think about primetime games now, there's a lot more.
Well, what I'm saying is you already know who your opponents are.
Yeah.
Right.
So who are?
So they like to give primetime games to every team. So why not get Washington knocked out of the way really quickly in week 1?
You're going to let them talk to your team.
I hope we get none.
And the fact is, if the Eagles lose, I'm gonna be waiting for you, poor Brian. I'm gonna wait for you to say something to Jamie.
Man, I hope we do get them. Now that he's talking trash, I hope
he
get them. And then I hope Carson Wentz throws 5 touchdowns
and they just happen to be interceptions.
5
touchdowns. Hopefully they're not
5 touchdowns to the burgundy and gold, not the green. Okay.
So yeah, he's used to throwing the Eagles, so you never know.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how this call comes out, and of course, this comes out right at Thursday at 8:00, which is right in the middle of my basketball game.
Well, I hate to say this, but they'll be leaking it out all day long. So.
Oh yeah, it's going to be leaked out all Tuesday and Wednesday. They're going to slowly.
Oh yeah.
Just drip.
Yeah.
And then just
lay it out. Thursday at 8:00, all you're going to say is like, well, we think this team is going to go this much, and this team is going to go this much, and so on and so forth. And in the upcoming weeks, we're going to be bringing on guys of teams that we are all playing against.
Nice.
Obviously, we're all playing against the NFC North. We are all playing against the AFC South. And each one of us has got one of the teams from the AFC North, obviously. But we're going to I'm going to start bringing some guys on so that we can kind of talk on how they think that they're going to fare against the NFC East and how we think we're going to fare against their team and talk about some of that. But that's going to be in the upcoming weeks. I'm just doing a little teaser promotion for stuff like that right now. Hey, listen, while we're at this natural break, we got to take a 2-minute break real fast because I have now advertisements that I have to share. Some are new ones, some are older, back in the day. But we're going to be back in 2 minutes' time. So please stand by and we'll be right back. As I get this all together. Bam.
Please, get him out.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green?
Yeah.
You need any help? I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah, sure.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
A Coke and a smile makes me feel good. Makes me feel nice.
Be around.
That's the way it should be. I like to see
Hey, kid.
the whole world smiling with me. Coca-Cola as life. Have a Coke and
Thanks, Mean Joe.
smile.
The Hometown Foundation is excited to bring back the Dream Ride Experience, August 26th to the 28th at Connecticut's Farmington Polo Club. Join us in celebrating the accomplishments of our Dream Riders while enjoying live music, a car and motorcycle show, family fun zone, pet adoptions, canine demonstrations, the Fireman's Chili Cook-Off, and much, much more. Get your tickets today.
I mean, you
see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, get any.
I do get that. Back. So yeah, so that Dream Ride is really the commercial that I had to show. And if you're going to show one commercial, you got to show all those commercials. And that's why I wanted to bring out the old Mean Joe Green commercial, because I used to tell everybody that I was the kid in that commercial. I have a Mean Joe Green jersey. I tell you, I own 2 jerseys that are not Philly related. One of them is a Mean Joe Green jersey. The other one is a Reggie Jackson jersey from the Yankees, because he was Mr. October and my birthday's in October. So
there you go.
I was like, yeah, I'm Mr. October, not him. But but the Dream Ride up in Farmington, Connecticut is a big charity event. I am actually featured as one of the talents that are going. So look at that. Look at me going up there. Look, featured as a talent. I don't know what talent it is yet, but
I was going to say what you're what is it?
Still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, and hey, listen, just as and also tomorrow morning. I know I didn't tell you guys this, and you guys may have seen that last video before I jumped on, but I am going to be interviewed on the radio tomorrow because of everything that happened at the draft and all of the drama that has come about with some of the other people in the radio stations. I am actually going to be interviewed so that they can to find out how the Philly sports guy began, how did this beef become, and what I expect from the Eagles and the rest of the Philadelphia teams. So
there you go.
If you ain't doing nothing tomorrow morning at 9:00, tune in.
I still would like that number, because I think that DJ had no reason to come after you the way he did. And
I agree.
Did he apologize yet? Or that's going to be tomorrow?
No. It's actually the other radio station.
Oh, it's the other? Then I need that. Jamie, I'm serious. I need that number. Because you do a lot of work. You for autism, you do a lot of work for charity. I mean, Pork Rind, you too. True Blue. I mean, I'm sure you got your cause too. I mean, the only work I do is for the Sneaky G Foundation. Again, my GoFundMe, please, for London. But I mean, seriously though, for him to come at you like that, and you've already spoke to the gentleman that they said you whatever. I'm not even going to go there, because to me that's disrespectful to you to even say this right now on the show. But you already spoke to the gentleman. You guys don't have any beef. You have your own thing. He has his own thing. So what if you both wear shoulder pads? So what? And the fact that they try to compare you two together is BS, because we're all fans at the end of the day. It's funny how people get me and license plate guy confused. It must be the hair, the long, luscious blonde hair. But if anybody were to tell somebody, which apparently it wasn't, the Eagles came out and said that they had nobody, that wasn't true. Or whoever told them had no relations with the Eagles whatsoever. But for him to come at you like that on a national level, it's disrespectful. And you're a good dude.
It wasn't really the shoulder pads, it was the number.
Right. You got that jersey given to you by the Eagles.
Correct. They put my name on the back. Yeah. First off, I mean,
come on.
Yeah, it is what it is. I like I said, he's been around for a long time, and
I'm not a spiteful person at all.
I hear you. So I 100%. I think about it like, hey, you know what? He's a Rhode Island transplant. He's been here for 33 years. He's done some good for the community. I mean, I hear some good stories. I hear some bad stories. Truth of the matter is that he leaves his mark here, and you know what? That's great. I hope he has a very fruitful and happy retirement. I never listened to his show to begin with. I have been on his show a couple of times, and it's interesting because he has no idea that I've been the same guy that he's spoken to a few times. Because I used to do, I did an arm wrestling thing, and I brought my arm wrestler onto his show, and he actually arm wrestled one of his longtime guests, and he has no idea that I'm that guy, same guy.
How much money have you raised so far for the 30 days? How much money did you raise?
It comes out to about a little over 7,000. I mean,
okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. And that's a lot of work you put into. And for him to come at you like that, oh, you're lucky I can't cuss on this show. I mean, and again, guys, we've hung out. You guys know me. This is not who I am. But for someone to come after you guys, I got to take a stand. The only person that can go after Jamie is me. That's the only person. Well, True Blue and Pork Rind. But other than that, I mean, especially for the work that Pork Rind, if someone came out, I wish somebody would. See,
that's what they're having. That's what I'm going to say on the interview tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
You know exactly how I feel about this.
I wish you would, Jamie. I wish you would.
As John Esch says, where are all my Amish fans at? We're still trying to figure that one out too.
Real quick, if I may, I was going through the photos and the videos of us during the draft, and I got to tell you guys, if I had a choice to pick three, I call you guys brothers. If I had a choice to pick three of the brothers to go into battle and to just face what we faced and to get where we're at right now, I'm happy to be with you guys. I mean that. You guys are some awesome guys, and it just it's just the beginning, to be honest.
I appreciate that, Salty. I mean sneaky.
You're lucky you're lucky I'm not the captain.
Yeah, exactly. I got the microphone.
You're lucky
I got the button now.
That's all I got to say about that. But
yeah, no, and I kind of feel the same way. It's like I when I put the picture up, and I'm just now getting all my stuff together so I can start to redo our opening intro video where we have a different song and we have some of the videos that we show and showing us all and all the different pictures that come up and such. The problem is that when I see all those pictures and everything, most of them have me in it. And I'm trying to find pictures with some of you guys.
Well, you got you got a couple of them.
Oh no, I'll just say where it's only you guys and not me in there.
I'll send you what I got, because I have a lot of people sent me pictures. Myself, Nick. And I'm going to tell you right now, Nick is living I don't know about this week, but I know last week when he went to high school. Oh yeah, he was the cream of the crop. And I'm like, there's a bill. You owe me some money with that. I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah, it's isn't it? I look at it as kind of funny when my son tells me that he has acquired some cool points. You know, and he doesn't say it like that. Like I'm the one saying it like that. But like when the kids at school find out that I am his dad. Right, and that gives him some cool points.
Yeah,
I'm not. It's like it's kind of funny to me. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's one of the things, because he's not even a sports fan, but he's becoming more of a sports fan because of you, because of what I'm doing. So it just means that.
And he has a Philly. He has an Eagles jersey, right?
No.
Oh, you got to get him on. Or what? I'll tell you what.
So the harder part about that is that. My ex, I guess I'll have to tell this story online.
She's a Cowboy fan.
My ex is a Cowboys fan.
No.
And what happened is that we met in February and we were both really big hockey fans. So we were watching the Flyers, and the Flyers were on a good run and they went to the playoffs and things of that nature. And it's, Literally that was 2010. No, it was 2008. I'm sorry. 2007, 2008. And then the Phillies went to the World Series. So the Flyers went to the playoffs. The Phillies went to the World Series. But as September came along, she's like, I'm a Cowboys fan, right? I'm like, what?
Oh, my God.
She goes, well, I grew up in Dallas, so I'm a Cowboys fan.
No, you were like, I wish you would. That's exactly what you
That's the first question you ask. What's your
football? See, but no, we were watching hockey. It was a little different. You know what I mean? We were watching hockey, and then it was baseball season. Football never came up. Like literally, the Phillies were in, that they won the World Series that year, so it was an amazing year for them that year. The Flyers made it to the playoffs and did their thing, and
she waited until September to tell you.
September, hook, line, sinker.
And when she did that, and then on top of that, she was like, she got me tickets to the World Series. So I was at the clinching game at the World Series for my birthday, and she stood there with me in the pouring rain.
She was like this.
8 months pregnant. 8 months pregnant. Fast forward 6 years. Now my son is 6 years old, and he comes up to me, and he comes up to me, and he's a mama's boy. Don't no two ways about it. He's definitely a mama's boy. And he comes up and he says, "Dad, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to be a Cowboys fan."
Oh God!
And I said, and so here you got to listen to my response, because I said, "You know what? That's fine. I'm going to love you either way. However, I'm telling all your friends."
No.
And she's like, "No, you can't do that. You can't tell his friends." I'm like, "Oh no.
Oh yes, I can.
We live in Philly. He better learn exactly what it's like to be a Cowboys fan in the city of Philadelphia
every day."
Not only that, I would have been like, okay, I'm calling CPS, because that is child abuse. That is legalized child abuse. I mean, bottom line.
No.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Ultimately, he realized, and then because he sees his dad get painted up, and he sees how his dad watches these games, and ultimately he was like, you know what? I just don't like football. However, he has been painted up to a game with me. It was only a preseason game, but he was there with the game with me, all painted up. He does like getting painted up with me, even though he is not into the sports part of it. He likes being a part of what it is that I'm doing, not necessarily the game itself. He's busy on his phone doing his thing. He's 12 years old.
So I'll make this real quick. I got to tell you guys this story. So when Mama Boss and I first got married, she liked the Bengals. Now let me tell you why. Because of the colors in the uniform. Okay. Fast forward to 2007, before the Giants won the Super Bowl. I mean, since Dallas hasn't since. Anyway, we were in Phoenix on a football tournament at Arizona Mills, and legitimately there was a shelf of Giant stuff half off. I basically put my second mortgage on that shelf. So, everybody got something. So Angie, Mama Boss, wore that to work. One of the main guys in the company she was working for walked up to her and said, "McNeil, that attire is not allowed in this building." And then he said, "Let's go Cowboys." And then he walked away. She immediately came to me that day after she got off work. She said, "I need to know everything about the Giants. Who the hell is Eli?" I'm like, "Oh my God. Okay, sit down. It's going to take some time." And we won the Super Bowl the first year that she was a full, because she started watching the games with me. She started with her, because of course she started talking mess to the boss. And of course, that was the year that you guys swept us, but we beat y'all in the playoffs. And it was just a good year. So she's been a Giants fan ever since. And of course, Nick was born a Giant. The day that I found out I was having a boy, I spent my last dollar on getting his first jersey. Granted, he only wore it once, but still, he got it. So
My son had an Eagles jersey on at age 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, same thing. He had a onesie. What I have, I have it on my TikTok. You'll see it. He'll see it's on my.
I have the picture. I have a book of like Eagles memories. You know what I mean? That like a scrapbook of sorts, and that's the opening picture of me holding him in like my hand because he was only 5 pounds. You know, and I'm literally, you know, my hand's monstrous. And he's wearing an Eagles jersey. Of course, it was not Carson Wentz. It was Donovan McNabb because they only made onesies with the number 5 on them. So
yeah,
but you know that's and he literally was born into that. But the truth of the matter is that the first noise that he made that actually resembled something human, you know, rather than baby, was because the Phillies had won the World Series, and he was so used to hearing that probably within the womb. Let's go Phillies. At like 3 months old, I'm sitting there and I'm like, let's go Phillies. And he actually made that noise. No words, obviously, but he made that noise.
That's funny.
And it was like, I'm like, that's all, you know, like you get all excited because you're like, he understands, he knows. And of course, he's not a sports fan.
That's funny.
But I mean, what about True Blue Pork Rind? I know your wife is a Skins fan.
She's
I mean, that hard. True Blue. I mean, I finally got to saw the missus for the first time. You and I have something in common. Apparently, our wives settled when they met us. Same with you, Pork Rind. So
I did not expect your wife to look like that, True Blue. I'll be really honest. I really am honest about that.
He really said that he thought your wife only had one eyebrow. You know? What?
No, my wife is not even a football fan. She supports me in everything that I do, but she's really not into sports. So. My son is starting to come around to it. We're playing football. He's doing flag football, the whole 9 yards. So
how old's your boy?
He is 10 years old now.
Oh my God, enjoy it.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Oh my, it flies by, man.
Oh, I know, it's already flown by.
I mean, I look at those pictures with Nick, and he was like up to my waist, and now
he towers you.
Oh my God. And then he talks shit. He's like, you gonna do something? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do something. I know every pressure point in your body, son. It's gonna be a long day for you.
Into this world, and I'll take you out.
Exactly.
I'll take him out, but it's gonna be painful. He's gonna feel every pressure point.
I just shut off the bank account.
Right.
That's pain enough. Either that or take away the controllers.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll say this, guy. I'm really looking forward to this season. With the fact that I'm now a season ticket holder for the New York Football Giants.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I Mom and Boss and I, we talked about going to a couple games, maybe a couple more. I know for a fact we're going to try and hit 3. Seattle, of course, Dallas, and then 1 in New York. But this time maybe 2 in New York. We'll see. We'll see how the schedule works. But overall, with you guys, it's going to be a fun season. And
so let's start with the team that wound up in last place last year. What do you think your record is going to be this year?
17-0.
Damn, didn't I write that right? Didn't I write that whole speech right? I'm like
17-0.
Delusion at a
time. I'm not going to sit here and say what team, what games or how many games. No, we got as well of a chance as everybody else. So
not to go 17-0 though.
You know what? I'm not going to bet on it. No, I'm not. But until then, 17-0.
I was going to say I'll bet every whisker pulled out by a.
Yeah, no.
How about you, Pork Rind? What is your early prediction?
Early. Oh man!
Come on, have balls. Say 17-0. Have some balls. Have some huevos.
17-0, baby.
There you go, my guy.
Nah, I mean, realistically.
No, don't take it.
17-0.
There you go. Thank you.
17-0.
True Blue,
right now-
0-17. Just gonna say 0-17.
No. No.
I mean, right now we're looking pretty good at 0-0. I'll take that for right now.
Right? We're undefeated right now. I'll take it.
We're on the road to 17.
Playoff, baby. 0-0. True Blue, what you got?
I think just because we came in second.
Oh, that's right.
So
You got second. I'm sorry.
I'm going to fall into the right line here. I actually have us going 11-6, possibly 12-5. I think that this, last year's schedule was easy. I think that this year's schedule is going to be really easy. I think that Indianapolis is going to stink. I think that the AFC South is going to stink. I think that as a division that we could almost do a full sweep. It won't happen that way because the Titans are good, but I'd be willing to bet that as a division that we win. What does it come out to be? Like there's 4, 8, 12. I think we go like 12-4 as a division against that division. And that's going to be one of the biggest differences. So I think that all of our records are going to be a little better this year than they have been. And I think that, I don't believe in Chicago. I don't believe in the Packers. Minnesota, they still got Cousins, which, if we're playing them on Monday night, I already got that as a W because he doesn't know how to play on Monday Night Football.
I know.
So, I mean, I really think that this season could turn out to be easier than last season in the grand scheme of things. At least in terms of, I mean, I don't know how they're going to write the schedule, but so I got us at 11-6 with the possibility of going 12-5.
There you go. Yeah, I've got us going 12-5 as well after reviewing the schedule, because like you said, Indianapolis with nobody there, the NFC South, the AFC South dealing with all sorts of issues. Chicago Bears with the new kid quarterback Justin Fields. Now I'm not taking anything away from him, but and then he's got a new head coach.
Yep.
So a new system, the new system too. I mean,
there's a variety of things that have just shifted so much between teams, from new head coaches to new QBs to play callers. I mean, it's just the whole shift, and the Dallas Cowboys have actually remained diligent in everything they've been doing with keeping their coaches and then the new players that we've got. So,
and I hope they never get rid of that coach. I am so happy that the Cowboys have McCarthy. I want them to keep McCarthy for a long. This
is a telltale year for that.
Yeah,
if we don't get anywhere in the playoffs and we don't go,
I was happy to see that he got a new sport coat for the draft, because that other sport coat from when he did his interview, I swear I can only think of that one picture with Farley and Spade.
Yeah.
Where that was he looked like he was about to pop that button to Nebraska.
That was just a salt intake. It happens to all of us.
Salt intake. That's a cheeseburger intake, is what that is.
I didn't say what the salt was coming in. I'm just saying we got it in us.
So this is year 3. This is year 3 with McCarthy, right?
Yep.
So I actually had him at 1 year over, because we had not you 3, but I did the over under after year 3. Like, will he finish his contract? Will he finish short? So, I mean, I hope he doesn't win. I hope he does get fired this year, because I said, well, no, next year would be his last year. So, then it'd been a push.
I'm going to lean more on the offensive play calling. If the scheme of things is not there week 6, week 7, I believe he'll take over. Even though he doesn't want that reliability or falling back on him making the plays, but something needs to be done on that side. But I think with Coach Quinn there, I think that says more than anything for my team as far as the defense goes.
And also want to just pass this on to you. Dak was rated number 2 at one of the quarterbacks that has a lot of pressure on him to win.
Yeah, Dan
in 20
Orlovsky. I saw that this morning.
Yeah. And then Rodgers was number one.
Rodgers was number one.
So, and thank God this is one of the lists Jones was not even mentioned on. Thank you.
That's because they don't think he's even going to be able to.
I don't care. Oh, and Hurts was on there too. What Hurts was number 4 or 5?
Yeah, Hurts was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hurts being number 4 because now he's got the weapons. He has to produce this year. And listen, and that's I've been saying that all along that he has to. The first 10 games are going to be really telltale because if he doesn't produce in those 10 games, you're going to start seeing a lot more of Minshew. The thing is, I think he's going to produce. I think,
and I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing that. And tell me if this is true because you've seen him. I've only seen Hurts play live once. He doesn't have a strong arm.
No.
Okay.
He does not have a strong arm. That's the one thing that I have. Yeah, I've spoken to Jim Jeffcoat about this a little bit in length, actually, where you could teach the mechanics, you could teach all of the reads and things of that nature. The one thing that you cannot teach and does not change is arm strength. You aren't really able. If the stronger that you get by working out your arm, the mechanics that your arm goes through are not the same. And that's why you have what McNabb, you have the throwing down at the grounds because that's the way your arm starts to go. So you're not really able to get the arm strength that you need to do that. And so that's where I feel like that the long ball is going to be tough. If he's going to throw long balls, he's got to throw them like way early, and the receivers are going to have to run to it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that was Heineke's downfall was the arm strength. Kid had a lot of heart, and the team will rally behind him. But
that's the thing about the NFL is that in college your window is X feet, in NFL it's inches. So regardless of what Jamie's saying, how you can't teach strength and you can't. It's either a natural ability. I mean,
you're going to find out exactly how dookie a quarterback can be now that you have Wentz.
And all I'm going to say is
Mr.
Jones
Bryant.
The last time Jones was on the field, he beat Hurts. So I'm just going to throw that out there. So I'll leave it like that.
That was 12-10, wasn't it?
Was it? No, it was 13-7.
There you go.
Yeah, because we threw an interception as we were driving into the end zone to win the game,
but it hit the receiver's hands and it bounced off of him. And hey, a win is a win. That's all I gotta.
Hey, I have to. I agree. You know what I mean? Because we spanked you on the second time around.
Yeah. Okay. Who was it? Was it Mike Glennon or Fromm? Or it don't even matter. I bet you. This is how Judge picked the starting quarterback for that year. He was blindfolded, or for that game, he blindfolded and was just throwing darts, and he missed both. He missed both of them.
I thought they were
I'll go alphabetical order.
The donkey. Pin the tail on the donkey.
Oh my God!
Pin the neck on the turkey.
I still can't believe Glennon had a starting job.
The part I'm waiting for is let's see what's going to be happening after OTAs to see where these free agents go. Yeah. There's still a lot of good guys out there. That's the part. Everybody's waiting for the schedule. I'm waiting to see where some of these guys get signed because
who are you looking for to sign? Like what players? There's a couple players.
What's that?
Well, a couple free agents that are out there that you're looking to.
Right now we've got Pierre Paul on the radar. Come in as a veteran backup on the defensive end side. We get a couple of snaps in. I mean, he can help out the defensive line tremendously.
He's not on Tampa.
Are you open? Right? He's in.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah.
He ain't coming back to New York. Sorry, guys.
No, he's not. Yeah, what about? I hear Clowney might go back to the Browns.
I don't know.
He's another.
I did see the big kid with DeMarcus Ware from Cleveland. What's his name? Gilbert or
Garnett? Garrett.
Yeah,
Miles Garrett.
That big kid. Yeah, they were working out in Dallas. So
next week we'll have a lot more to talk about between the free agents and the schedule. hopefully a lot of people get
God,
signed and the schedule.
Damn, that's a
will be
fast
out.
hour.
So it was a very quick hour. See what happens when you put commercials in until we lose 2 minutes.
Take 2
So,
minutes out, yeah.
But anyways, guys, again, we appreciate everybody who's hung with us tonight. And we'll be back again next week for another Monday night episode of the NFC show. And as always, go Birds!
Let's go.